social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Hey there! So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakeraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Hey there! So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakeraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Hey there! So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakeraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. Welcome back. It is to Football Analysis on SEETV. I've got with me Ayobiojo Ibrahim, aka Izababa, with me in the studio.
Number one. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Are you sure you're very well?
I'm trying to be well.
Yes,
okay, before we get to the part that's not making me well, let's start with the North London Derby. That game had a lot of talking points. Arsenal taking on Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates, and Arsenal the victor in that one. A thumping and dominant display from Mikel Arteta's boys. 3-1 that ended. Thomas Partey with a party kind of goal. Yes.
Well, on social media, we saw the tweet by one guy like, if Uber, tax fare, Uber wants to collect a price, we had like 5 to 6K for
that
distance.
What
you call like top corner. No keeper is getting to that.
Lloris had no chance.
Partey was actually not really fit for the game. Most people were not even expecting him to start.
I didn't expect him to get
starting pairing Granit Xhaka, it was all like, okay, Arteta is looking to solidify his midfield. Don't let the counter-attacking threat of Tottenham outplay what you want to do, because you know Arsenal is coming to play you out. And they had a very good game. All to the talking points of that.
A lot of talking points actually. Let's start with, we talked about Thomas Partey's stunning goal.
There is nothing wrong with that goal. That goal is beyond
pitch
perfect.
All right. Then to the next talking point would be Gabriel's challenge on Richarlison in the box, and that costed them a penalty, which Harry Kane made no mistake from converting from the spot. You don't doubt Harry Kane.
You don't doubt Harry Kane at all. All the old bulls, the Arsenal people were giving it. It was like it was a ginger for him to score the goal, and that was his 100th Premier League away goal.
Yes, for the man.
And now he scored 14 goals against Arsenal. The former record was held by Didier Drogba. Now you have somebody doing that and he's in your backyard. You have to be scared of Harry Kane.
There's a reason why the Arsenal fans boo him.
Yes, anytime actually Arsenal want to face Tottenham, as an Arsenal fan, inside me I know I'm not having a clean sheet because I know Harry Kane is scoring.
He's going to spoil the party. So, very early on in the second half, I mean, it was 1-1 half time. You had both managers, of course. We knew they were going to try and tweak and change certain things, perhaps how they set up, how they press. There was no personnel change as compared to substitutions and all. Yes. Then we had Hugo Lloris decided to do a bonanza of sorts.
Yeah, the party.
Awufo, who is buying, like North London Derby, who is buying 210 couple. And he dashed Gabriel Jesus. He made no mistake, of course, as you would expect.
Would I say Hugo Lloris probably did not give his offering in church the previous, so he decided to give it to Jesus.
You never can tell.
So, good one, Jesus.
From that place,
any striker is going to blast it into the net. So
2-1.
2-1 straight up.
And then to that talking point for me, that was like that the highlight of this game, or
The
which
biggest.
okay, that was not the highlight. Arsenal winning has to be the highlight. Arsenal staying on top of the table has to be the highlight. But a very, very notable highlight as well as regards this game would be the red card on Emerson's Royale. There was a tackle. Emerson had a tackle on Gabriel Martinelli. And the referee, Anthony Taylor, made no mistake with bringing out a red card. It was a straight red. Your thoughts on that?
That there is no way in this world that is a red card. I don't care what the rules says. Okay, the tackle might seem malicious, as you all stated out, but you can't tell me that was a high foot straight up to go kill the guy. No, he was trying to get the ball. You could see it was obvious he was trying to get the ball. Everybody in the studio was expecting a yellow card. Then we saw him, Anthony Taylor, come out with the.
It was a straight red.
At first I thought probably Richarlison had done something behind the scene that got him the red card. Yeah, until I saw the replay and just this is Emerson's real red card. Ow! On watching the replay, number one, it was not a 2-foot tackle.
One, it was basically studs on ankle. Basically,
studs on
right?
ankle, fine. It's a dangerous tackle, but it is not horrendous. It is not career threatening. Martinelli got back up almost instantly. Immediately saw the red card was brandished.
But before he stood up, he had a rolling session.
No,
he kept on twining and twining.
He decided to give us an Oscar-worthy performance. He was turning up and down like something was wrong with him. But immediately saw somebody was getting red carded. He got up.
He stood up, really.
Stood up and decided to continue to torment the Tottenham defense. And that's derailed everything Tottenham planned to show to the. Look at what Antonio Conte almost instantly. Four substitution. His game plans, his game tactics. Having to lose Richarlison, having to lose Son to try and get some form of defensive solidity. Of which we should mention actually before the subs actually came in. Quick fire, really. Arsenal got a third. Beautiful. It was they picked Tottenham and they picked Tottenham apart. Why would they? They had the man advantage and they did it like they took it so well. Very, very well. They utilized it. And that Granit Xhaka's goal, that was a striker's goal.
It was a very good goal.
He sent Loris to the other side with
the cleaners.
Very, very good goal. Very good goal.
Whew. I mean, every time, like clockwork, the North London Derby basically gives us more than enough drama to enjoy.
Yeah, and this one
wasn't lacking in the drama.
There was no less in this, and I'm actually feeling for Antonio Conte because your first big test was against Chelsea, right? You were lucky with Hurricane's 96th minute header to give you a point.
Which we had Anthony Taylor having a very interesting day at work.
Same here today. Anthony, I think it's the same Anthony Taylor.
It's the same person.
Same problems, same issues. The record issue. There are some little minor incidents in the run of play, but still, Antonio Conte losing.
He drew his first derby against Chelsea this season anyway.
So he's dropping 4 points against the big boys. What does that have to say about his title challenge as we are trying to
touting Tottenham to go for the title? So right now they currently sit with 17 points. Alright, they are not adding anything to their tally as it stands. But Arsenal quite comfortably with 21 points at the top of the log. I think this is where Mikel Arteta wants his boys to be, and it's a very, very good result for the Gunners going into the next round of games, of which they're going to be facing Liverpool next. It's going to be quite a test. Very,
very big test for them. Well, prior to the game, I was all for Tottenham winning the game, but with the gameplay Arsenal brought in and the way they attacked, the way their intent on the pitch, you could see they controlled the game regardless.
At every point in time.
Before the red card incident, let's say that they were in charge of the game and they made Tottenham play their way, and that was what culminated into the game, into them getting the first goal before
and then the second.
Tottenham got the equalizer. Let's put it against the run of play because it was all Arsenal.
But we know that the way Tottenham set up to play, though, they're not looking for possession football.
All they want is counter attack.
Exactly, and they eat you really quickly.
Yeah, but they were able to stifle those counter attacks. There was none leading up to that point. It was the first counter attack opportunity they had that led to the penalty. Really. So I would say Mikel Arteta is cooking. He's truly really cooking.
The wheels.
He's truly cooking. Let's say his next round of games is actually the tough parts of for him right now. So I want to see how well he's going to scale through.
Well, that's going to be quite interesting. I cannot wait to see how the particular game is going to go down. Let's now move away to the goal rush set of games, of which we've had more than enough goals to actually enjoy. Talking about Liverpool taking on Brighton. And as you can see, Zimbabwe celebrated. Liverpool finally found their way to get it back of the net the second time.
Bambosa.
Liverpool 2, Brighton 2. Leandro Trossard, he apparently has a score to settle with Liverpool because quick fire goals as early as the 4th minute. Liverpool went a goal behind, and then a couple of minutes after, 30 minutes to be exact, it doubled Brighton's lead. I mean, going into this game, Brighton without their former manager, Graham Potter, who is now on the other side, the London side of things. Yeah. And with the way Brighton have started, they started the season very well. They're currently, before this game, they sat 4th. Liverpool sat 8th. With the quality Liverpool have, one can argue that it's just a matter of time. Yeah. But going into this game, it looked like Brighton had the momentum on their side. And they showed that quite early on in this game.
True.
Liverpool did not know what hit them. They were everywhere. They were all scattered. Your thoughts on the game? Before I let you start, yeah. Before this game, you had Jurgen Klopp mentioned that he would have wanted his boys to lose the momentum. They went into the international break because they needed to lose it. It was not the best of football from Liverpool.
True.
But the first couple of minutes of this game, it's obvious that Liverpool are yet to lose that momentum.
Would I say Liverpool were actually able to lose the momentum? Not really, because the fight back was gigantic from them. They wanted the bite of the cherry. Immediately, Trossard's second goal, they were all on Brighton's neck. But I would say Brighton came up with a very, very fast start. They knew what they wanted and they attacked like it was no man's business. They didn't care if it was Anfield, they didn't care if it was noisy. They just wanted to get the goals, and
get the goals they did.
And they did. Beautiful 2 goals from Leandro Trossard. Quick interchange of plays and quite some, well, I will not say horrendous defending. I would just say miscalculated defending from the Liverpool backline that gave them the 2 goals. Then we saw the other side,
Liverpool on the ascendancy,
but that does not derail the fact that Brighton's gameplay has not really changed from what Graham Potter was doing to what Roberto De Zerbi is currently doing. They both have the same way of playing. They just want to play out from the back, 3-man defense, pressure you till you drop the ball, and then they attack you. That is what Graham Potter's style is known for. And now Roberto De Zerbi bringing it home and trying to impute a few of his own ideas into it. It's looking good.
His first game.
This is his first game, and it is a big test. You're going to Anfield, and 17 minutes in, your boys are 2-0 up. It's actually it's a very good thing for him. It's a very good start for him. It is
kind of started what I wanted.
I'm pretty sure he never even predicted it to be as easy as that for him. But the quality of Liverpool came back to bite them, and now they are 2 goals apiece.
As it stands right now, Liverpool are 3 goals in their
net
right now. Courtesy, the goal coming courtesy an own goal. The 3rd goal, Adam Webster was the man. Unfortunately, who got the goal in his own net. So I still want to focus a bit about on Brighton's getting the first 2 goals in this game, right? I don't think anyone actually did see 5, 6 goals, but okay, still 5 goals right now. But I for one didn't expect 4 goals in this game. I didn't think that. I didn't think that was going to happen. Well, but let's talk about Liverpool falling. Oh, you did?
I do, because last season they showed us paper last season.
I mean, 2-2.
2-2,
I can't forget that one.
And we know we are both goal scoring teams, so I felt in a way
it could have happened, right?
Yes.
I didn't expect the same thing here, but so my point here is this: Brighton getting in on goal so quickly, so easily. Like, they cut through Liverpool like hot knife through butter. And then let's look at the starting lineup for Liverpool. Yeah, you had Thiago, you had Fabinho, and Anderson in the middle of the park. And the 2 goals for Brighton, you had to wonder what were your midfielders doing before they even got to the back line, before they got in on your goal. Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold as well will be culpable for me for
the second goal.
Yeah, for at least 2 of the goals, right? One of the goal, begging pardon, for Brighton on my end. Yeah, a couple of people would argue that Alisson perhaps should have done better, but we did see an instance in that game, which 2 instances I should mention, where Alisson actually kept Liverpool in the game.
Yeah, true.
So for Jurgen Klopp's side, for Jurgen Klopp now, what do you think is wondering what's going on with Liverpool's midfield.
I would say age. I would say on unneeded reliance on the same people you have been using for the past 4-5 years. It's fine. You try and you are trying to get players that will fit into your style of play. During the transfer window, you had chances. Okay, Liverpool went for Aurelion to Tchouaméni. He decided to go to Real Madrid. I'm not holding that against him. Anybody will go to Real Madrid. Anybody will go to Real Madrid. So he went to Real Madrid. You're not saying the favorite person you want is not on the market right now, which we all know is Jude Bellingham. He's not on the market right now. So are you trying to say the only addition you want to put into the midfield is just a player? When you see Henderson is already is aged, is running and output is already getting minimal. Same thing with James Milner. Thiago is aged, but no. Don't go near Thiago.
It still gives the performance, but
then
we know that.
Tavares.
Let me button there. We know that for Thiago to perform, we're talking about Alcantara now, not Silva.
Okay.
I'm talking about Thiago. We know for Thiago to perform, we did see Thiago at Barca, we saw Thiago at Bayern, and we knew that for you to get the best out of Thiago, if you want him to give you all of that beautiful flair and all upfield, you need to give him people who are going to mop up behind him. At Bayern, he had Goretzka. At Bayern, he had Kimmich. Here, he has Fabinho and he has Henderson. And you already mentioned that Endo is getting old. Fab as well is getting slower.
No, that Fab is not. I would not say Fabinho is getting slow. I would say Fabinho is getting tired. This has been the person that mops up. The thing he does is he does not only mop up on the right flank or the right flank of when they are on the left, it goes there. That is where Henderson actually fell in before. And Henderson was the one manning the left flank of the defense of the midfield.
Yeah.
If anything is coming through, he's there. Right hand side was for Fabinho and the midfield. The middle, he was the owner of those places. But Henderson was just to come from the left, defend as much as he can, then spray the passes. Gave it to Thiago, who ends up destroying the back line with cut through passes. So now Henderson is aged. His running is limited. His precision is limited. Same thing as Milner, right? And Naby Keita is not reliant. You can't depend on him with his injury crisis. Right? Naby Keita is injury prone.
He's looking like his
Oxlade-Chamberlain is injury prone.
As well.
So we have Curtis Jones. He's looking like an injury prone player, and I'm actually not happy with it. But there is nothing we can do about it. So now we have Fabinho and Thiago. Fabinho is already getting tired. He has been the one running both sides. Get another defensive midfielder to help up with.
I mean, he played minimum about 60 games last season.
Yeah, so now when Liverpool saw that the midfield is truly in crisis, injury-wise, and the transfer window is about to close, we went for the stopgap signing in Otomelo. Otomelo needs time to to get the fitness level that Klopp demands. So why did you sign him when you know you're not going to be using him now? And you know he's going to get fit. The minimal time he's going to get fit is 6 weeks. Facts. This is the third week.
You needed an emergency
stopgap. So I for one feel that the signing of Otomelo is just to keep most fans quiet. That okay, we signed someone. Can you all be calm? But we all believe in what Jurgen Klopp is doing. Let us see what he's doing. Please, if I was FSG, pump him enough money to support this man. Give him the midfielder he wants. Oh, come on, I don't want to be mentioning the names. If you want to get him, look at the boy we are playing against, Moses Caicedo. That boy has run Henderson ragged in this same match.
Endo wants to go out.
If Endo had the chance, he would have left the place in the 10th minute. He had been up and down. Get this Caicedo. Caicedo won't go for like 20 million max. Get Caicedo. The general is almost here.
So basically, you are putting Liverpool's midfield troubles at FSG's doorstep.
100%, because you can't tell me Klopp is not seeing it. He's seeing it, but at least he's not the one dropping the cash. He can only do as much as the players he has at hand.
And the players had better start to drop the result. As it stands, Liverpool, though, have 3 points in the bag, but hey, it is still 70 minutes. About 72 minutes played right now. So Liverpool 3, Brighton 2. A lot can still change, most definitely.
Like 2 more goals for Liverpool. Please, come on, boys. You can do this.
We hope, right? Or Klopp hopes. I'm sure he's going to be excited about that one. Another game around the 3 p.m. kickoff that has been the goal fest.
Yeah.
Woo. Fulham Newcastle, it's been 1 game and a half. That game,
A game and a
going
half.
into this, for me, the players I would have been looking at would have been, for Newcastle, Alexander Isak. For Fulham, the man on fire, Alexander Mitrovic.
Actually,
It's been
it's
a
Alex.
phenomenal. Yeah, right. It was the Alex show, but no, Fulham are yet to get themselves a goal, because as early as the 8th minute, we had Nathaniel Chalobah getting himself sent off in that game, and
How would you
Newcastle,
how would you get set off by the 8 minutes? Like,
It's football.
do you okay?
things happen.
Ah.
Callum Wilson did not make a mistake with doubling, let's say opening the scoring for Newcastle as early as the 11th minute, and Miguel Almiron, a sublime goal from the man. Actually a double from him, but Shane Longstaff got the 3rd goal, and then Miguel Almiron getting the 4th. This is the kind of life Eddie Howe wants now.
Eddie Howe is living the life, if you ask me. I'm being serious, because when Eddie Howe was appointed to be the coach of Newcastle, people were like, what are they thinking? You guys just got money. You guys just got the biggest investment in football. The Saudis, they are pumping millions of pounds on you, and you decided to get a coach that was just sacked by Bournemouth to come and take over and see. But now we are
I think they're seeing the result
the
now,
process,
right?
yeah, I think they are trusting in the process of Eddie Howe, and it is very beautiful to see. Okay, Fulham got a record, 8 minutes.
And I think that derailed their
That
entire
derailed
plan.
them, because Fulham has been in gear this season. Not to talk of Alexander Mitrovic. He has 50 international goals in less. Is it 100 games?
He
Yeah.
had a fantastic time for
He's
Serbia.
having a fantastic. I still will not rule him out from scoring again today. Still, even with a man down, I cannot rule him out. He can still get a goal. So Newcastle now, their main man, the buy of the summer for them, Alexander Isak, is not starting.
He's out, yeah.
He's out with probably a thigh problem. Now they have the experience, Premier League experience, Callum Wilson
yeah.
up top. So I cannot say like for like, but I would say youth for experience. And look at what they are bringing out. Miguel Almiron, there are quite a few players I'm actually happy for that are still at Newcastle with this their new takeover. Miguel Almiron, Alexander Maximin, I'm glad is there. Longstaff too, and Longstaff actually got the goal. So it's actually looking good for Newcastle. I remember telling you this a few days ago that I see Newcastle in the next 2 seasons seriously vying to enter the European spots. It might be the Europa League. I'm not. Conference League is easy right now for them. As it is, it's looking easy for them. Europa League and Champions League is their next step. Then after that, we'll see how they want to progress. But don't rule Newcastle out.
I can't even
they are
rule
the
them out.
richest club in the Premier League.
It's not easy. Money is very, very good, FYI. And I was very excited for ADL because
Very excited.
I saw, for me, it's one of, when I'm thinking young managers, I'm thinking what he's able to achieve with minimal budget.
True.
It did.
With Bournemouth.
It did great with Bournemouth.
No.
When they parted ways, I was like,
I was heartbroken.
I mean,
was heartbroken for him.
for him, but
Yeah.
Bournemouth did go to the championship, so I kind of understood. But him staying on for Newcastle, I was like, what's Newcastle trying to do? And then the takeover happened. I'm like, my man is in.
Is it money?
Right, you get it? And he's really having a good time at Newcastle
True.
right now. I remember their game against Liverpool. It was quite the game. Liverpool got a win by
At the death.
of that game. So it showed how much solidity that the Newcastle team actually boasts of, and they're actually showing their attacking prowess as well. Here with 4 goals, I mean against Fulham, it's quite the result, it's quite the game, but it's still early. We'll be updating you if any other goal does get it.
And on this game, it's looking obvious because, okay, regarding the fact that Fulham has a man down, they have just 1 shot. None on target.
I think it's
Newcastle
hard.
have 18 and 10 on target. See, I know it is hard, right? But come on now. I don't see Fulham getting any. I was saying Mitrovic was going to get a goal. Probably by luck or penalty or something.
Their first shot on target might just be the first goal.
Maybe, let's see.
It's football,
true.
right?
Anything
Away
can happen.
from that goal first, let's go to another game that gave us goals back to back. Southampton took the lead. Courtesy our Nigerian boy Joe Aribo in the 49th minute. They played out a goalless first half, and then they resumed the second half, and we had a goal courtesy Joe Aribo. And in less than 3 minutes, we had Conor Cody, the former Wolves man, getting Everton level Frank Lampard has to be excited. In less than 2 minutes, all right, Dwight McNeil getting his debut goal for Everton. And it's now Southampton 1, Everton 2. I can remember that before we came on, we saw Southampton score. Like, oh, Aribo. I looked up.
1-1.
Yeah, I was like, that was quick.
Quick.
Two, bro, what's going on?
Lampard should be happy. Lampard should be on top of the world right now. If it ends like this, it's actually looking good for him. Am I saying he will be doing something magical in the midfield? We're not seeing the game, but it feels like it. And Aribo, come on.
And I mean, it will be to get an assist in this one, so.
See. This is the season of the Alex. This is the season of the Alex. You have Alexander Iwobi, Alexander Mitrovic, Alexander Isak.
The Alexes have been coming
Alexander
good.
Arnold, please join them.
Excuse you, my boys.
He has a goal already this season.
Yeah.
A beautiful goal. I'm just saying you should join them. It should be more.
Give us more.
Give us more. So, Everton, a resurgence of some kind.
I mean, away from the relegation battles they had
yeah.
last season.
Are we going to say the goalless draw against Liverpool gave them a little bit of hope or ginger?
I think so, because getting 1 point out of that,
Game.
not the game Liverpool wanted, I should mention, not the
Yeah.
results Liverpool wanted. It was the game Liverpool wanted, I guess, because they showed fire and all. But Everton were rock solid.
They were
in
determined.
keeping every kind of attack that Liverpool were throwing their way, making sure it did not result in a goal. So it was a massive point for Everton. So and they had a momentum going on. I mean, you had international break and all of that. I mean, they played what's it called now? So it's for me. I was looking at Everton in this game. I felt like it was fairly evenly balanced on both sides. And
yes.
so far, I think we're seeing it end-to-end action kind of stuff.
Would I say maybe the midfield made it happen for them? I don't know, because they have like-for-like players. Their qualities are similar. So would we say this is the tactical genius of Lampard over Arsenal? I can say, we can't say, but at the final whistle we would know. But I still feel like Everton would not want to throw this away. Having come from behind and scored 2 fire goals, it's my lookout for Southampton to come back to this. And Ralph Arsenal has to be spoken about. He gets his team. He doesn't get his team relegated, but he has not really been dropping. How would I put it? He has not been impressive.
I think he's underachieved.
He's underachieved a whole lot at Southampton, and he's still being retained.
I think it says a lot about
the owners of Southampton. That's what I was leading to. The owners of Southampton, they need to be like a
revamp.
How would I put it?
Shifts in ambition.
I feel like they should be like a role model of some sort to some clubs, that regardless of what the coach is doing, you're still in the league. You're yet to relegate. The coach is doing a good job. You are not relegating. Okay, you're not getting to the European places, but at least your safety is guaranteed. You still earn.
But that says a lot about Southampton's budget as well. They don't go into the market to get the top guns, I should say, to solidify their sport, and perhaps now, just increase their ambition a bit and then aim higher. But they just they're fine where they are. Yeah. We know them to be a mid-table team, and so far they've been dropping that. But last season,
that was me throwing shades at Chelsea and Watford though.
Well, I mean, one can argue though that Chelsea are
getting results out of it.
It's what?
No lies. But how about Watford? How about Watford? They have had 21 coaches in the past 11 months.
They're enjoying life in the Championship. Away from that, let's go now to Chelsea that we already just talked about. It's one game that was quite interesting. It is the London Derby. The game is still currently ongoing. Palace drew first tasty fixtures, we have to tell you. Palace going ahead in this particular game as early as the 7th minute, coming courtesy Hudson Edward, and that went on for a couple of minutes, 30 more minutes to be precise, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang getting his debut goal for Chelsea. 1-1 it currently stands. This is Graham Potter's first EPL game in charge of Chelsea. If we will remember, his first game in charge against RB Salzburg ended out in a 1-0 draw. So this is also a 1-0 draw in the making. Things can still change, but what has not changed is the fact that Chelsea have just one shot on target, and that was resulted in their goal.
Abysmal.
Your thoughts on this game?
Abysmal.
Let's start with the lineup.
Okay.
When I saw the lineup,
Yeah.
I tried to know how. I shouted. I was like, talk to me, man. Talk to me really quickly.
How do you do that?
I thought maybe there was an error somewhere, somehow. Something has changed, actually, as a stand. But when we saw that lineup, I saw some players in positions where I didn't expect to see them. And I was wondering, okay, I'm not a football manager. I mean, as you guys can possibly tell, like considering where I'm sitting. Okay. And I was like, okay, I mean, it's the gaffer. Let's see what he's going to do and let's see what's going to get out of this particular game. And I remember that I mentioned that I expected Wilfred Zaha, I expected Olise, I expected Eze to have a field day with that lineup I saw earlier.
And I corrected you if I was not mistaken that I felt it was just a decoy, and as it was turned out to be, it was a decoy. It was exactly the way I said they were going to do it. They did it. See, Graham Potter is known for this at Brighton. When he faced, I think it was Man City, he did the same thing. Gave up a 3-back line, and when the game started, it was a 5-man defense. Man City kept throwing everything, but Man City quality was still shining through. So on this, I felt at first glance, it was looking like, what is this man doing? How would you be putting this one here? How would you put in this one here? But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Is the gaffer. So you've seen them.
Okay, I want to throw a tiny shade at Graham Potter. Right now, we are seeing a 4-2-2-2. The last man that did a 2-2-2 stuff in the Premier League that I can remember was Thomas Tuchel. His last 2-3 games before he left Chelsea. Before him was Ralf Rangnick.
Powerful.
Man is enjoying time right now in the Austrian national team, and I mean, he looks even fresher than he was at United. I'm just saying. But so I'm not saying the people that have done this stuff.
It has not ended well with them.
So talk to me, man.
We see, probably he's trying to get his tactics right. He's still new. This is his second game, as we stated earlier. But okay, first game ended 1-0.
But I mean, he had an international break. He had. I understand that a lot of these players were not actually available at Chelsea. They had to go for the individual countries and deliver for them. But he had a bit of time that other managers don't get when they get them in between the league. Like it's a baptism of fire. You get thrown in almost immediately. He's had a bit of time before having his first Premier League game, and the stars he has on paper has not translated to the chances created. You can remember what Chelsea did against Salzburg. For me, they were underwhelming in front of goal. You boast of so much firepower. You boast of so much explosive talent, right? You have stars for days. If you have these Chelsea boys who would walk into a lot of teams, maybe it might not make it into every team in the league, but they would walk into a lot.
A whole lot.
One shot on target out of 11.
That says a whole lot about. Would I say this? That I can't really put that on the head of the coach. You have players. Okay. There's Aubameyang there. There's Havertz there. There's Sterling there. There's Mount there. You can't tell me these players are not attack minded. They are. They love scoring goals. So what is stopping them from scoring? What is stopping them? Graham Potter is not holding their legs to kick the ball on target. They only have one shot on target. Are we going to attribute that to the fact of the tactics? I don't think so. That is left on the players' necks. Why are they doing that? Why are they not getting the ball
I think
target?
I think the Chelsea boys heard us because they currently have 2 shots on target. So something is changing. 12 shots in total and 2 on target, but 1-1 it currently still stands. Let's now talk to the other side. Palace are currently at home, and for me this has to be maybe not a dream result for Patrick Vieira, but it's quite an exciting result for him. For his side going on paper, you would see this as the underdog situation. Palace actually getting something out of this game, but it's a derby, so we expect all manner of craziness happening to result. But for Patrick Vieira, do you think he's gonna have any complaints?
He's not definitely going to have any complaints. You are hosting a big name in Chelsea, a big fire. You know the amount of firepower they have, and your boys have been able to stop them from getting that much attempts on goal. You only have 1 on target prior to when we just put to make it 2. So, and you have your own goal. You got your goal against
really early in the game.
Yeah,
really.
Against Liverpool, you frustrate them to get a point. You are doing the same thing against Chelsea. I'm not still ruling out the fact that they can still get a late winner in this match. It is still early days.
Time, yeah.
So I still feel that this game is still up for grabs. Although we're the latter stages of the game, there's still a lot to play for. And if it's actually situations like this, Patrick Vieira and Crystal Palace are the winners of this game. Even if it is a 1-1 or they're the winners of the game, because you know the firepower Chelsea has, and for them to make it as hard for Chelsea to score as much as this, it brings out the fact that it's showing that Vieira was truly a defender in his days. So
man knows what it's about.
Man knows
A
what it's
quick
about.
update: Liverpool are now playing out a 3-3 draw. Leandro Trossard, I did mention that this man has something. And I know when players dazzle Klopp like this, I think he wants to join the Liverpool side. I'm just saying.
And I don't want Klopp signing him.
He got to go in the third minute. And let's see. It's 7 minutes currently playing in this game. Can Liverpool salvage something? It's been the season of draws for them. And let's see if they're going to change
0-0,
and
they've
switch.
done 1-1. They've done 2-2.
2-2 and now 3-3. I mean, progress.
Are you serious?
Okay. He doesn't apparently agree with me. Brighton 6 shots in total and 6 on target. Talk about clinicality right there. So if not for Alisson, storms might have happened.
Serious
Away
storms.
from that game, let's go over to one game that I'm absolutely looking forward to see it tomorrow. The Manchester Derby. Manchester City taking on Manchester United. Eric Ten Hag's first Manchester Derby. His first baptism of fire. Let's see, will Manchester be blue or will it be red? Your thoughts?
I want them to both score. I want them to both win, and I want them to both lose. If that can happen, but it's hard. It's hard to pick a side when you are going to be a neutral and you want to enjoy a match. I want them to score as much goals as possible. I want to say it. But this is the Manchester Derby. This is, apart from, let's say, I think this is the biggest derby in Premier League.
It is. It is the. I mean, okay, the North London Derby just have a shout, but
Yeah.
Manchester Derby as well. I mean, this set of games really, the London Derby, North London Derby, the Merseyside Derby, a lot of derbies really, and they are rooted in so much history, and so the Manchester Derby is just as rich, if not richer than some really.
Yeah, true. Eric Ten Hag's first real test, he won the match against Liverpool. Liverpool has been abysmal at the beginning of the season.
One against Liverpool, one against Arsenal.
Arsenal were the better team on the day, but the boys stuck to his own tactics and they came through with him. They came through for him. Perfect game for Ten Hag. So now you are coming up against Manchester City. I fly in Manchester City. I fly in Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland. See, I can't start to count.
Cancelo, Rodri,
we can count the players
Silva,
Manchester United have
Riyad
as
Mahrez.
well.
Should I continue?
No.
And then for United, I'll do it. It's fine. You have Tony Anthony right there, the man from Ajax. He had a great start to life at Manchester. Let's see if he can continue in that stead. You also have Rashford, who got the Player of the Month award right there. Eric Ten Hag also got the Manager of the Month. So some energy going into this particular award. Christian Eriksen as well in some
Exactly.
fine
Is
form.
this going to be the Christian Eriksen versus De Bruyne show?
I mean, I think the battle might be in the midfield, but it's also going to be, I think the battle is going to be at every point, really. In the midfield, the defense, and the attack line. I expect everything because you are having Rashford, who's been in really good form for United. You're having Erling Haaland, who's been in sublime form. Like, this man is enjoying life. He's been playing in the Premier League for years, right? You have that. You have Lisandro Martinez, who is being a major signing for United. You have Malaysia as well, enjoying. I keep calling him Malaysia, my bad. Malaysia as well, enjoying life at United. You have Rafael Varane, so it's been a brick. It's been a wall.
Sure.
You have Diego Dallo in phenomenal form. So it's, I mean,
it's evenly, to an extent, evenly balanced, but Man City actually slightly have the edge when it comes to quality players. We have to be realistic with ourselves. They have the edge when it comes to quality players over Manchester United. But Manchester United are in the ascendancy and they do not like to lose against Manchester City. They hate losing against Manchester City. So this is going to be fire against fire. And during Erling Haaland's interview when he just got signed, before the Premier League even got started at all, he was asked his favorite team he was going to face. He was like, Manchester United.
He has to be. And he already got into that mindset even before he started donning the shirt for City, and that's saying something. So that game is all to play for 2 p.m. Nigerian time. the kickoff for that game, and I personally cannot wait. Fulham have gotten themselves a goal in this one, so let's see who the goal scorer for them is. And unfortunately, no, it is Bobby Reed, a consolation goal for his side. And I mean, they live to fight another day. I don't see them getting 3 goals in the next few minutes, but it's football. You guys should shock me.
It's not happening.
All right. So they're not shocking me. Liverpool 3-3 still stands. Southampton, Everton 1-2. Everton in the lead. Palace and Chelsea still playing out a 1-1 draw. So that is still ongoing. Let's see many more. Something's going to change. And Bournemouth, Brentford still goalless. So Tony, Mbeumo and Co are not home apparently. Let's move over now to the La Liga, where we have high-flying Real. Before we get to Real Madrid, though, let's start with Mallorca taking on Barcelona. Barca have stumbled just once this season in the league, and they did not lose. They played out a draw to my arrival at Carnival. Now they face Mallorca, and it's safe to say that Barca are the favourites to win this one.
Definitely, they are the favourites. They are the favourites by a mile. By a mile. If they draw points against Mallorca, it's going to look scandalous. It's going to look like, what's wrong with Barca? Are they trying to, how would I put it, give Madrid the title like they did last season? Because these are games they are meant to win. These are games they are meant to get 3 points out of. If it was the opposite, if it was the other way around, I do not see Madrid dropping points against Mallorca, knowing the fact that they are on the tail of Barcelona, who has been in high flying from one the league, one the Champions League, and the other on the likes. So now it's Barca. Barca should not hesitate to annihilate Mallorca. So drop them dead.
Without violence.
Without violence. Give Madrid like the fear that
a lot of pressure.
Get
at the top of the table at least before Madrid actually play tomorrow. So it's going to be quite exciting, that particular game. Another fire work-worthy fixture is going to be Sevilla taking on Atletico Madrid. Atletico have not been the Atletico we know. Sevilla as well, just there, you know.
Mid.
Just mid, exactly. But do we expect both teams to lose, or are we expecting a victor?
That's a hard call, but this is one of the games that are very unpredictable. We would say Sevilla is going to win. It might be Atletico Madrid winning. So, and Sevilla is at home. Atletico Madrid, would I say they are going to win? I feel the issue with Griezmann has died down a bit between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. That would give them a level.
So we won't get a 60-something minutes up.
Won't get a 60-something minutes up from him. Alvaro Morata scored the league winner for Spain in the Nations
over
League.
Portugal.
Probably is going to bring that form to the team. We don't know. We can't say. And I've not really seen the impact of Isco in Sevilla's team. You know, they just got him doing.
I think he hasn't settled in yet. I guess.
He hasn't settled in yet, and that is one of the reasons they've been flauntering. They have not really been top-notch Sevilla we've known them to be. Same thing can be said of Atletico Madrid, who has had João Felix in all kind of shades. First game, my man came up with the hat-trick of assists. Then he ghosted a few games. Now the previous game, the last game before the international break, he did well again. So I said I tilted towards Atletico Madrid, and I'm still going to stick on that. But I feel this game is evenly balanced and cannot be. I can't decide on it.
Okay, let's see what both teams are going to give us. 5:30 is the kickoff, all right, Nigerian time. And for tomorrow, we have Real Madrid taking on Osasuna at the Santiago Bernabeu right there. And Carlo Ancelotti's men have been 100, all right, 6 games, 6 wins, no blemish whatsoever. And what do you expect, basically, from this fixture?
Another 3 points in the bag. Easy 3 points.
No questions
Easy
asked.
3 points. If they drop a point, if they drop 2 points, is the problem. If they now say they want to go and lose the game, that's where the biggest problem is going to be in. But this is football. Anything can happen. Osasuna might shock them and get a 2-0 win. Who knows? But on the level playing field, it's hard for Osasuna to even see anything out of this. Big Ben is back in training. I'm not sure he's going to be playing. Even if he's playing, it's going to probably a cameo. This is all about Real Madrid. I see them making it 7 out of 7. So this is all Real Madrid's game to lose, and I don't see them losing it.
Okay, okay. A quick update though. We have Chelsea getting a possible winner coming courtesy Conor Gallagher.
Outbreak
in the 90th
of
minute.
Vieira.
Yeah, I don't think Palace will be enjoying this particular result.
Look at the goal scorer.
Right? Oh yeah, his former boy. He was on loan at
Conor
Palace last time.
I want to know if he celebrated the goal. The 90th minute winner. He's had not quite the start he wanted at Chelsea.
With a red card,
with a red card, and his performance has not been up to par. But now, coming off the bench to get the winning goal,
massive boost for his confidence. Absolutely.
Massive boost for his confidence. Massive boost for Graham Potter's confidence as well.
Yes, I mean, finally getting 3 points.
If it ends like that.
Well, but it's football, right? We cannot say where the biscuit is going to crack, in the middle or at the end. We cannot say. Let's now move over now to the Bundesliga, where Bayern Munich had a thumping result over their city rivals, Bayern Leverkusen, with 4 goals. 4 goals to nil. That game ended. And I think you had the usual suspects for Bayern. You had Leroy Sané opening the score in the 3rd minute. Jamal Musiala having a fantastic game. 17th minute, he got his own goal. Sadio Mane as well, and Thomas Muller. I think this is the kind of result Julian Nagelsmann wanted.
I said it before the international break, or prior to the international break, like the abysmal results Bayern Munich has been having, the draws, the Ogbono, Iwedu and Okura that they're having, is going to lead up to something special in a way after the break. And we saw it yesterday. It could easily have ended like 8 goals to nil. They had chances for days. But should we take a moment and talk about the biggest? It's the biggest, yeah. It's the biggest golden boy in world football right now. Jamal Musiala. That boy is turning out to be one hell of a footballer. He had a goal and 2 assists for the first 3 goals. He was substituted before Muller got the 4th goal. But prior to that, his gameplay, the way he switches from the defense to the attack. There was a time Julian Nagelsmann was trying to use him as a defensive midfielder, and he played fantastically well. Not in this game, probably a few games before this. At the end of last season, at the end of last season, he tried him in a few positions, and in every position he was played in, he did amazing. So yesterday's game, beautiful. Look at the ball for Sadio Mane, who actually he got his first Allianz Arena goal for Bayern Munich. That was the first time he was scoring at the Allianz Arena, and it was a beautiful goal. Left footer, no keeper was getting to that. Then he had Leroy Sané got the first goal. But Musiala, please, let's talk about Jamal Musiala. This is the Jamal Musiala versus the Jude Bellingham show in the Bundesliga, and right now Jamal Musiala is heads above Bellingham, because in 10 games right now he has 6 goals and 4 assists. That is 10.
Insane numbers.
Please.
Goal
and he's 19. He's looking like the engine of the team. Formerly, the engine of Bayern Munich's team, it was always Kimmich and Thomas Muller. The 2 of them connect. Now it's looking like Kimmich and Jamal Musiala.
And that's quite the combination. Very lethal, we have
to
say.
Very
but
lethal.
Bayern are currently they still sit in 3rd place, which is quite the movement really for them. Talking about Union Berlin, though, they played out. The result, I'm not sure they actually wanted. Let's talk about that one. They played out a 2-0. No, it was 2-0. Yeah. Berlin losing to Eintracht Frankfurt right there, and for me, it's we kind of knew, or we kind of know that Bayern, of course, are still challenging, are still the favorite for the Bundesliga title.
I said the last time.
With the pressure now on Union Berlin, they've dropped points now, 3 points to be exact, and it's game on basically. Freiburg also still in the mix. Union Berlin still in 1st place, and you have Freiburg in 2nd place with Bayern in 3rd. And if Bayern are on the ascendancy like that, you should be worried. You should be very worried.
This one, this is the beginning of, like, let's say, is it like 10 to 12 winning streaks? This is how Bayern run. This is how they do.
Yeah, this is how they do.
This is how they do. Their opponent, the table toppers right now, they have faced them already. They are faced by Borussia Dortmund already. RB Leipzig, I think have they faced RB Leipzig? I think that's the only team they are yet to face. But their next run of games should be bread and butter.
If you're ready, can you handle what?
I doubt you can handle.
Let's talk about Cologne and Borussia Dortmund right there. Dortmund actually got the first goal in this one, but they still lost it. Cologne 3, Dortmund 2. Julian Brandt was the goal scorer for them, and Florian Kainz bringing Cologne back into the game. 1-1 it was. Stefan Tigges 2-1 it was, and then you had Dejan Ljubicic getting the third and the winner for Dortmund before you had a consolation goal, but not for the man who scored it. It was an own goal. Bermo Schmidt was the man getting a goal in his own net. So 3-2 it ended in favor of Cologne. And for me, this is all right. I know every team has their moments, ups and downs, but if Dortmund can just be a bit more Dortmund-like, right, by just a bit of consistency in results, in play, and perhaps, just perhaps, we might have an actual challenge.
See, what I actually really feel about Dortmund is they need a new owner, because these guys have been the nearly men. The last time they won something significant when Jurgen Klopp was with them, Thomas Tuchel tried his bit. Peter Bosz tried his best. This new manager is trying his best. Still, they had the nearly men of the Bayern of the Bundesliga. Bundesliga is start with B. Their Borussia Dortmund is Bayern Munich. Why are you making the other B win it over you all the time consistently? They have won it for the. Come on, Borussia Dortmund. They are actually
do the ninth in a row.
We know them to build prospects, young superstars, to make them bloom. You have seen it, Lewandowski, Aubameyang, Ousmane Dembele, Jadon Sancho, this Erling Haaland. Now they got Karim Adeyemi, Julian Brandt, this guy that got injured, Mrs. Reina. They've got young stars, exciting prospects. Yusufa Moukoko is there. You got stars for days. So, and you have management that is actually going to help out with the building of this team. But you need to have owners that will pump in money. You just don't have youths and believe the youths.
I don't keep selling.
Yes, and you don't believe the youths will just bloom and help you out and you are doing good, you are winning. No, they will only do as much as their young legs can do. The experience you have in there is just Emery Chan, who's almost always on the bench. Matt Hummels almost always injured. Marco Reus is almost always injured. You need to solidify the team with players, money, impute money into this team if you want to chase Bayern out of their place. And it is easy for you to do that because your boys have been playing fantastic football over the years. We know Dortmund for this, but no end result.
Okay, a quick update. We have Liverpool full time now. Liverpool 3, Brighton 3.
Painfully
at Anfield, and Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 2. First win, first EPL game for Graham Potter. Exciting times for Chelsea. We'll see how the rest of the season does shape up for them. Let's quickly stop over now in the Serie A, where we have Napoli played out a 3-1 win over Torino, and it was quite the matchup. We have to talk about Zambo Anguissa. I mean, man is having a great time alive in Napoli. 6 minutes he got the first goal, and 12 minutes he got the second, and then that man Kivisha, I'm now pronouncing him, Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, I tried. Gets in the third goal for Napoli, and Antonio Sanabria getting a consolation goal for Torino, but 3-1, and that puts Napoli at the top of the Serie A table. So, Scudetto chase on.
Scudetto chase on. I said this a few weeks ago that Luciano Spalletti's influence on the team is telling. These boys are not only doing well in the league; they are doing well in their international teams. Now, Kvaratskhelia is looking is looking like the prospect of the season in the Italian Serie A, because he keeps dropping it game by game. He's making football look easy. His former coach actually said Kvaratskhelia sees football as Disneyland. So that tells
I think he's enjoying it.
That tells you how much he loves to play football. I'm probably sees his opponents as Mickey Mouse. He dribbles this one as Donald Duck. I'm just saying. Well, it's looking good for him. It's looking good for Zambo Anguissa, Raspadori, Giovanni Simeone. Almost all this team, they are doing fantastically well. 3-1 win over Torino, top of the league, without your talisman, Victor Osimhen, without you even feeling the fact that Lorenzo Insigne and Dries Mertens are not in the team. Come on, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Let's see if Napoli will be able to continue this run of form, and we'll see perhaps if they can do it this time around in the Serie A, and perhaps they can get a new winner. I mean,
I said before, I can't wait for Napoli versus Atalanta. I wish it was.
It's going to be quite the game, really. Inter Milan taking on Roma. We have to go in a bit, but let's quickly talk about that game and what are we expecting from this fixture. Both teams, they need to give us some exciting feedback as regards a win. They need a win. And you have Jose Mourinho, and I mean, what are you expecting in this game?
A red card at first. A red card, something. A red card, maybe the coaching staff, I don't know, but a red card. This is a red card game. But this is Inter Milan against Roma. This is Filipino Inzaghi against Jose Mourinho. This is going to be beautiful to see. Because Inter attack you, Roma absorb the defense, and they play you on the counter. And they have boys to do that for them. You have Dybala, Zaniolo, Tammy Abraham, and you have boys in the midfield supplying this to them. So if they do play according to their strengths and what the coach is saying, they're going to give Inter, who has not been impressive, a whole lot of problems. But Inter on their own parts, they have players too now.
I mean, big boys for days, really.
Big boys, but they have not been doing what we expect them to do.
Absolutely.
Dumfries. Yeah, I mean,
Dzeko has been getting the goals,
Edin
but
Dzeko.
how many? Really?
How many? I didn't miss him big rum. It was expected to be back for this game, but he's still out. Probably might return for the Champions League game against Barcelona during the midweek. We do not know. We hope, but game of goals and game of cards. It would
be nice to have a clean game, but yeah.
In the Italian Serie A,
it's a stretch. Cards will fly, absolutely, and tempers most definitely will fly as well. But a lot of exciting games surely to look forward to. Paris Saint-Germain taking on Nice, and how many goals do we expect the MNM to get?
They're not going to be nice on them.
Oh, bars.
I'm alleged.
Okay. All right, it's going to be quite a game. It's been the Neymar, it's been the Messi, it's been the Mbappe show so far in the Ligue 1. And we'll be hoping to see Paris Saint-Germain can carry that momentum over to the UCL and get themselves a much needed Champions League trophy. They get it silver when the Ligue 1, but they seem to be allergic to the Champions League.
Same as Manchester City and Arsenal. Just saying.
I want to laugh. I'll hold it. All right, guys, we hope you had as much fun as we did talking about the best sport in the world. In case you don't know what sport it is football. All right.
Not soccer.
No, it's football. Yeah. And we'll be carrying our bags and baggages out of the studio in a bit, but make sure, do your best to stay safe. Do your best to, as you're doing the Owambe, you're doing you're enjoying the football, the popcorn, be popping the corn, be watching the football, don't choke, and all of that, just enjoy yourself, but make sure that safety is at the heart of everything that you do. All right, and make sure you stick around right here on SEETV. Many more of this exciting content coming your way, from food to music to football, most definitely, and of course music. I'm still your girl. Omolaba Karaji is my name, and from me and Izbaba, we say adios and bye for now.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Liverpool boy, we're meant to win. Come on.
Feisty and fiercely contested games of football we have seen so far this season, and many more to come surely. The champion put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 GB of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media.